The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The 1130 Podcast and 1130 Entertainment presents Beyond 1130.
Yo, what it do, everybody, man? Beyond 1130 is back. We live here. We was having a little bit technical difficulties, though. But, we here. It's Beyond 1130. Welcome, everyone, to the show. Season 3, man, is back, man. I appreciate everyone tuning in, man. We live here on Facebook, YouTube, and also Instagram, man. For real, if you're new to the show and you haven't done so already, I don't know what you're waiting for. Definitely it's going to be a great show. Do me a huge favor, man. Like it, leave a comment, and share it, and also definitely subscribe to the 1130 Podcast YouTube channel, man. For real, like I said, Beyond 1130. Man, it's back, man. Grown folks are talking, man. The kids are to bed, man. My son is to bed, and it's time to get it on, man. Get some chat on. But you guys, man, season 2, I had a wonderful crew that joined me throughout the season. Harley, Chanel, and also my guy Brian B. They're gonna be back here on season 3, man, chopping it up with your boy, man, for real. So we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna bring on the wonderful and the awesome Harley. How's it going?
Hey, it's good to be back. It's going good. It's just busy. It's busy, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I like this busy. I like being busy doing the things that I enjoy doing.
Hey, I agree. Been definitely some busy times in, but Beyond 1130 is back, and we definitely gonna be having some fun chatting about it. So
Beyond 1130 and my locks started up here. Remember, we had
yes,
no back wall. We wasn't crocheting. Look at come on,
yes,
season 3.
I remember. I definitely remember. Also, you guys that's joining us as well. You guys, your favorite no BS therapist, Chanel. How's it going?
It's going, man. Still no bullshitting out here.
I dig it. I dig it. I like it. How's everything been treating you since we last did Beyond 1130?
I'm gonna say I missed this. This is very therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? So I realized in its absence, and another podcast that I had been on, I have been taking a little break from there and stuff like that. And so, I'm ready to get back in the game and start talking to my people. And I realized this is Brian was talking, last season, like, I love doing this. And I realized how much I love doing it too, so I keep myself motivated and get in the game.
Awesome. Definitely got to stay motivated though, for real. Also, you guys, man, my guy, Brian B. What's going on with you, partner?
Yo, what up, guys? It's my first time back in front of the mic in like a week, man. It's been a little time. I've been taking some time off, getting some stuff done, but doing all right, man. Feels good to be back. Glad we in July.
Yeah,
Summer's already wrapping up. What the hell's going on? Time is going too fast.
Time is so fast.
Say that shit so much now.
Yeah, time is going fast, and so is the weather is hot as I don't know what outside right now too. So
Yeah, man.
definitely got to stay cool though. But we was a little chatting before we went live, man, and we last episode was definitely in March. It's July, like Brian just said. How everything been going for you guys. So I know we was just saying it's a lot definitely going on. I know for me, I'm getting ready for my son's birthday. He turned 2 in 2 weeks. He act like he's 2 already though.
Come
But
on, baby.
so that right there is awesome. So I definitely had to put him to bed before I did this because I know he was
He's gonna be doing
he don't have no chair. Yeah.
Like, he a
But,
Leo.
Oh,
That's why your baby
Yeah.
be cutting up Dre. He a Leo. My birthday in 10 days. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all over the place, and he's a ladies' man too. I'm telling you, you take him outside, and every woman come past, he be like, "Ooh, pretty, yeah."
Okay.
I be like, man, in your past life, you was the man, huh?
Tell you.
You had to been the man though, but
That's good.
yeah,
Too.
just that, man, just been going on, and obviously on the break, but Beyond 1130 is back, and of course, doing my wrestling thing. How things been going for everyone. I always see, Harley live, making clothes and stuff, and obviously Brian doing his thing. Chanel, you're the one I really haven't heard too much
Haven't
from.
talked
So
too much. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like I said,
how's
I've
everything?
been trying to relax, going through lots of transition in my personal life. Got a high school graduate now. Entering the workforce as of yesterday.
Yay.
So like, I am, the parent of all adult children, and so that's different. You know,
Yeah.
Even though I foster independence in my kids, the entire time, but it's like being able to sit back and be like, man, I did this shit. I did a good job too,
Yeah.
So that
For
kind
real.
of stuff, and working this business, trying to expand this business, and get my BIPOC folk, seen and heard and understood and healing. So business growing. I got a new intern about to start in January. I got 3 clinicians. Besides myself. So like, we moving and shaking. Helping.
That's what's up for sure.
Excited
That's
about
what's
it.
going on. What about you, B? Before we get into
Yeah.
all the topics and stuff, I know we definitely talk a lot though.
Yeah. We got another Leo. Harley, I didn't know your birthday was around, but my birthday's in 6 days.
Oh,
So
yeah,
yeah, going up there,
y'all almost
getting old.
twins.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It explains a lot of season 2.
Yeah.
For real, yo. But yeah, man, life's kind of been I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm kind of in a transition as well. Life's been kind of kicking my ass a little bit, but I think that it's I don't know if it's a good way yet. Like I got fucking fired from my job. Cut my hair. No more hair anymore. Hair's
Yes,
growing
yeah.
See
out
that?
anymore.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, man. But I've went full time back into the beeline and stuff like that. And yo, listen. Speaking of what we were doing, I got my first business cards today, man. And these came out super
Yes.
awesome. But it's kind of a mixture, yo. Because I guess I'm just kind of dealing with like when you first do this, or if anybody goes into business for themselves. So I mean, like you're saying, like if you're in the business by yourself and you're literally trying to pay yourself, I got a family. It's not like I'm by myself. Like
Right.
trying to do this shit on my I can live on my car and do whatever I want.
Right.
But I got 3
Yeah.
kids, a dog,
Mhm.
wife. So it's like I'm just kind of going through like the pains of it. Like immediate, it feels like
Yeah.
everything that goes wrong, I feel like jumping right back into a job. But then I'm like, damn, if I do that, I'm not giving myself a chance. I'm not
Oh,
doing
God.
this, I'm not doing that. So I'm just kind of struggling hard as
Mm.
fuck with that right now, man. Because I need money. Bills don't stop. I did get a couple of new clients recently. Blackheart actually, Dre. I did a bunch of logos for him recently. Really cool. And yeah, just struggling, man. Trying to get this shit off the ground and stay floating instead of fucking drowning right now. But I feel good. I feel good at the end of the day.
It's gonna get a lot better. I notice that you're like, and I tell people all the time, it's tough. Entrepreneuring is very hard.
Yes.
And I used to tease my clients and everybody like, look, bro, once a week I get on Indeed, and I'm like, oh, fuck this shit, but
I'm trying to tell you,
then I
man.
get on there, but I'm reminded.
I was on that bitch today.
I'm telling you, you get in and you let me see what could happen, and then and I get to looking at all the perks and all that little stuff and the salary and because I was like, it'd be good to know exactly when money coming and how much coming, and stuff like that. However, I always get to this part right here when I see PTO, that stepped me out of it because I'd be damned if I keep asking people for time off or asking somebody for permission to take care of myself.
Come on.
I'm telling you.
So like I was like, yeah, no, all I do right now is set the schedule as unavailable and I'm out of here. Right.
Yep.
And so that knocks me back into it. And it never fails that this universe will send me anybody that shows me their appreciation. Like, I'm glad you're my therapist. I'm glad you're staying in the game. And so, I really appreciate you. And that's all a little bit of something I need to stay in it. And I'm making a difference. But
True shit, yo.
Always.
Yeah, that's definitely some true stuff, man. Everyone obviously has their personal things they definitely going through. Like Brian was just talking about, just trying to go all in with the podcast and be an entrepreneur. And when the whole the job, and when Brian said one thing too, it was like he's like, damn, when shit ain't working out, it's sort of like you just sort of go get another job in a way.
Right.
And I know, man, for me, I used to see a lot of people, that I know, and every time I see them again, they got a new job. It was like, well, damn,
Bro,
you got a
it's
new
no
job, but
joke,
for
man.
Right.
it is. But for me, at one point, it was like, damn, I'd applied for maybe 10 jobs, then maybe went on 3 interviews and ain't getting none back. So at a time, I know, either whether you trying to, do podcasting or be an entrepreneur or whatever it is, I
Mhm.
know it's all about the journey, especially if you're
For
passionate
real.
about it and shit, you barely gonna get paid. You gotta, make some side hustles or do something though.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
uh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yo, let me say this. Let me
I,
say this too, because this is like on this topic. Like, of course, I got a lot to say about this shit right now, right?
Right.
But it's not my first time talking about this. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, one of the biggest struggles that I've had recently has been, I don't know if it's just been finding my place. Like Charmel said, like I don't want to fuck around with being stuck at these jobs no more, bro. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's to a level, it's to a degree where it's like, you really start, I'm turning 37. I keep telling everybody 38, but I'm actually 37. Got my
Mhm.
life together. And I don't want to go into 40 and 50 and 60 and just keep giving my life this fucking,
Yeah.
traffic to this, to that.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
want to do my
Mhm.
own shit. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I want to live my life. I want to be with my family. I want to do this. And that's why I've lost more jobs recently than I ever have in my fucking life. And
Yeah.
a big part of it is because one of the big things I made the decision is I'm staying home. And I don't do
See?
too good with
Yeah.
the work from home computer shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm home. You feel me? That was
Right.
my goal. So
Mhm.
I lost like fucking 3 jobs in the last like 3 years, yo, just off of the
Mhm.
strength that I'm trying to be here, but I'm working more on my own shit than I
Right.
am dedication to their shit. And I'm
Right.
it's just not working for me. So I
Yeah.
gotta
how do
find
you
my shit.
how do you deal with that, knowing look, you don't really need a job but you want a job, but it's also like, I want to be at home as well to look after my shit and protect mine, as
Mhm.
well, instead
Yeah.
of going to go work for a person 8 hours and
Mhm.
slave throughout the day.
So I basically when I have Comcast, I used to work for Comcast, drive around over the place and do
Mhm.
installs and stuff like that. That shit used to keep me out 6 days a week. I'd be out
Whew.
sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning, always like 11 o'clock at night, yo.
Yeah.
No lie, no exaggeration.
That's a
But
lot.
when I was working there, I was meeting a lot of people who was like, I'm working from home, I'm doing this. And I'm like,
Mhm.
how the fuck are all y'all working from
Working from
home?
home.
And somebody in the street all the time, I'm sitting there like, yo, I got to deal with traffic, I got to deal with this, I got to deal with
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was definitely like excited to do that, but I was never like, the computer guy to talk to people on the phone and shit. I go
Yeah.
out and get money. I know how to get shit done. I
Right.
know how to sell
Right.
shit.
Mhm.
So it's like when I transitioned and I finally got the opportunity to actually be home, I
Mhm.
just said, listen, I'm going to do whatever it takes to try to stay in the position as much as I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
But it just hasn't worked out as well as I wanted to. Because
Mhm.
I've had a variety of different jobs, but it just hasn't worked out as well as I wanted to. And I need a job. The Beeline's good, and it was a
Mhm.
point where I was making some pretty decent money, where I was
Mhm.
getting it. But it's just that stability. It's like you'll get
Inconsistent.
it.
Yeah.
Chanel, I know you probably can
Mhm.
relate to this. When you get a couple clients, like you can get a client for a month, you can get a client sponsor
Yeah.
for a month,
Yeah.
and then the motherfuckers is gone. So now you got to
Yep.
find another one. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So it's just like that
Mhm.
continuation is what really started digging back on me. It got to like April, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I can't keep these people online." So
Right.
that's when I jumped back into the job field, man. From the first time I did this by myself, I was doing it for like 6 months, man. Making
Mhm.
websites, I was doing a whole bunch of shit.
All that. Yeah.
But I got scared and I left, and now
Yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah.
not to do that shit, bro. I'm
Yeah.
trying to fucking just go full throttle, yo.
And that's gonna be the case. Like you just fight through the fear, right? Because
Yeah.
stuff gonna keep coming up. It ain't gonna stop coming. Stuff because we gonna always be in transition. We're gonna always, like therapy also is a seasonal thing, right?
Mm.
Christmas time, people start getting into Christmas stuff. They ain't worry about that, but they back out. I'm taking vacation from that too, and it take until mid-February-ish, till people start being like, oh shit, I need to get back into therapy, right? And all that. And so we be careful about what seasons and even my therapist reminded me like that entrepreneur don't mean, I'm doing it all by myself. That means I know how to make money independently, right?
Yeah.
And so I mean, if I got to go contract with a company for 6 months and do assessments or, or contract with a provider or somebody that you know, I can see 6 clients, but I know y'all gonna keep me with 6 clients, right? So I got that income and all that kind of stuff. So like you find your ways to get the thing done, you know, and stuff like that. So
real.
Pushing through and working through the transitions of your business.
Yeah.
In your life.
You definitely got to be the person that could, you know, find your way and know how to hustle because, uh,
That's
you
a
know,
big
and
one.
make money because it's always, it was always the thing that was sort of taught to us, you know, hey, either go to college or get a job, you know, and
Right.
so it's like, well, damn, you know, at the end of the day, both of them are scam. You telling me I got to go work 40 hours throughout the week or whatever, barely spend time with my family, get 2 days off, maybe not
Yeah.
even that, you know, so it's like, and then you go to college, that's just about the same thing. And then I got to owe, you know, all these debt at the end of the day. So, like Brian said, you know, you're a hustler. For me, I know it was challenging. Obviously, you know, being in a wheelchair, it was like either what I saw growing up. It was like shit. You either was a hustler, kind of like selling CDs or whatever, or you sold weed or whatever. So it wasn't like too many influences, you know, in my life. But I knew what I wanted to do, and it didn't really evolve around working. But yeah, you know, everybody got to put food on the table and provide for their family. So, you know, I think we need to uh sort of not necessarily teach, but also educate everyone, man. You know, we don't really need, you know, we are educated and you know learning stuff on our own and know how to, you know, make stuff like Harley doing right
Yeah.
now. You know,
Exactly, and that's the thing because
yeah.
everybody, you know, and this is something that you know I've kind of been paying attention to more too. Like everybody don't have what it takes to do the stand on your own shit. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm
It ain't
definitely
for me.
facing that shit.
Structure.
And that was one of the things I was facing too. It's like I know how to bust my ass. I know how to get shit done. But when you gotta solely rely on that shit, when the fucking thing is hot,
Scary.
then I had to question even myself. I'm like, damn, can I fucking do this? Is it sustainable? Like, am I going? But it's like I said, if I was by myself, I would be so much better. Like I know how to get shit done, yo. If it's just me, I'll get shit done.
Because, yeah.
But when I got so many other people that rely on me and shit, so I was like, the fire's on in a different way for me now. It's like I'm worried. I gotta, you know, am I fucking everybody over? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a struggle, man. I saw this one post real quick today. I think it was today. I don't even know if it was maybe Harley or Chanel. I don't even know who it was, but somebody posted like I knew that working was a scam or something like that when they said that it takes an hour to make $20.
I saw that.
And that was
exactly.
You saw that? And I thought about that shit, and that was like one of the motivating pieces where you're like, man, that's right. That's why I'm trying my hardest. Why am I sitting here typing on this fucking computer for an hour just to get $20? I can go make $100 right now just calling somebody and working on some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man.
And you made a point too, like, you know, because I've heard people say, well, if everybody's an entrepreneur, then, you know, who's going, you know, take care of other jobs or whatever, and all that. Right. So, like, you know, definitely there's levels, right, and stuff like that. I'm teaching my children entrepreneurship. That don't mean they're ready for it right now, you know, and stuff like that. And my daughter needs to experience that workforce to see why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? And then my older daughter is in school to be an esthetician, and she's working on a lot of, you know, kind of self-care stuff, and she wants to do cosmetology and massage therapy and all that. And so, and a lot of her stuff deciding to do the entrepreneur thing is that she is a natural leader and has been a natural leader since she was 2. She was running the daycare, you know. And so I used to be like, she bossy. And the director was like, she's a leader. I was like, okay. But like,
she's the boss is what used to get written on my report cards. Not she's bossy, because I'm not. I'm the boss. And what I say is right. Like, I'm not wrong.
Right. But every space she enters, they're intimidated by her energy, intimidated by her ability to lead and you know, just that big, you know, tall, strong girl energy. And she's learned over time not to take shit off of people. She's learned how to do that appropriately, you know, because it used to be like, you know, I'm not taking shit off of you, fuck you, and walk out the door. Then she's like, shit, I'm gonna pay the rent. You know,
exactly. That's really how it is.
It's a method, right, and all that. But even her last job, it was something that she enjoyed. You know, it was you know, at a nail shop and all, and she loved it. But like, and they made an excuse. It was like, well, when you start school, your schedule not gonna fit hours. She was like, but I told you that at the interview. You said it was cool. I was like,
Mhm.
the woman is afraid of you taking her job, and you're not even interested in it, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
stuff
how
like
that
that.
shit is, yo. They
Yeah,
find a
and
reason for any fucking thing. When they
Yeah.
fired my wife, whatever, they fire her, and she had got COVID. It was right when COVID was big, and she was working from home, and they
Mhm.
fire her ass talking about they saw her. One of the excuses they said, oh, they saw you at Krispy Kreme donuts driving for Lyft or some shit. Just
What?
making some. She
What?
was there for 5
And they
years.
will make stuff up, bro.
Bro, they full of shit, yo.
And it's
And
like,
you'll
what
just
can you
lose
do?
everything. Just
Yeah.
Look,
relying
my,
on some fucking business for no reason.
Yep.
my mom was worked at a hotel downtown here in DC for almost 25 years or whatever.
Mhm.
And man, she could have, easily been the manager or whatever, but she was like, I'm not about to, you know, uh get paid for what, maybe $1 or $2 more for them to
Or
work me
yeah.
even more harder. So,
Exactly.
but she been there for so long, even when I was like elementary school, and then when the pandemic came, and not only just my mom, a lot of people, like Brian was just saying, just she lost her job, and it was like, damn, man, like you gave most of your energy and your time
Yeah.
getting up early in the morning to work, to go to this
Mhm.
job, for them to just say, you know what, all right, we're gonna move along, and
Yeah,
and
some
hopefully
bullshit,
you
bro.
find something else, like I
Fuck
when she
that
told me
shit.
that, I hated that, and it's also like made me even more not wanting to get a job. We all got to do what we got to do, but
Right.
like yeah, it'll
I mean,
eat
I
you
see
up and
jobs as
spit you out.
temporary. I see jobs as temporary. You do what you need to do to get what you need to get.
Yep.
Whether and that's
Yeah.
not just money. That's education. Like the jobs that I worked before I started my own stuff, I learned what to do, what not to do. It taught me
Yeah.
how I wanted to run my own business and how I wanted to treat my people and all that. So
Yeah,
like,
but
the
a lot of people, back in the days, weren't educated.
right,
They didn't
right,
have the resources,
yes,
to
Yeah, not like
maybe
now.
want to start. Yeah, not like now, or how Brian was like you said. Not everybody can do it. A lot of
right.
people are afraid, and
Mhm.
don't want to, do that. And then when it's like, shit, you got 5, 6 kids, you got to raise. You don't even have time.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right.
man.
That's absolutely correct. Absolutely.
True shit.
And Dre, I watched my mama do the same thing when she works herself. She was working for Kmart and works herself from cashier to like assistant manager. And they, sent us to Texas and so that she can work this particular store and all that kind of stuff. We wasn't there that long though before somebody set her up and made her look like she was stealing because he was afraid she was gonna take his job. You're like, no, I'm here to work my own job, bro. But when you see the
can't
light in
play.
somebody else, it scares you, right? Just do what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and all that. And my mama never recovered from it. She never
Oh
recovered.
yeah, I can
know?
imagine.
So
Just like Dre said a minute ago, you go ahead and you give yourself. I mean, you literally
Yeah.
give your life to this
Mhm.
position. And you're not doing it because you love it. You're doing it because you think that that's what you need. And a lot
Right.
of times it is what you need. You know what I'm
You
saying?
need,
Like you
right.
got to pay
Mhm.
your bills. You got to do what you got to do. I've never respected the fucking nomad people, the people that live out of vans and in the
Yeah.
mountains. And shit. I never respected them
Off the
motherfuckers
grid.
so much. Yo, I'll be watching that show
Yeah.
alone.
I
I'm
would
telling
be
you,
one
yo,
of those people if I were single.
I would
was
fucking do it
technically
in a heartbeat.
I was technically one of those people before I met my fiance, but I'm not a person who can like live out of a small space. So I
Yeah.
always have an apartment, but my
I will.
apartments have always been empty. All of my apartments are
So
my
you guys can like order like a what an RV or a tour
I
bus and
would.
live out of. I know I would.
I put
You
my whole
know.
family in that shit. I ain't even lying. Right now,
I
if
never
somebody
thought
gave me a
about it.
bus to convert and let me that drove,
Yeah.
and I'll just
Yeah.
drive that motherfucker and wherever
That's
I
what I
want,
said.
park, bro.
And I thought
Fuck
about
all
that
of
as
this
my
shit.
kids was. I was like, well, you know what? I don't have no little kids no more. I can move out. Y'all stay here.
I'm
I
telling
can
you,
be
yo.
one of them buses. I don't want to drive it though, but I need to hire a driver. But I'm like, I can work from anywhere.
I'm telling you.
and stuff like that. So
I
I'm
can see it. Like by the time I'm like 50, 60 years old, I already told my wife, like, yo, listen, once the kids is of age and they doing their own thing,
Mhm.
I want to be out, bro. I don't want to be
Unplug
tied
from this
down,
big machine.
missing rent. All that. I'm so
Yeah.
fucking tired of that same bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
I want to own my shit. They make it damn near impossible. Like we were looking at houses. This is a crazy ass conversation. This is like exactly what the fuck I needed, I guess.
See?
Damn, you came back, Dre.
Yeah.
Like Yo, have you like we were literally looking at fucking houses to buy, man. We're in Atlanta. We're not even like in the big part of Atlanta. We like a little to the side, like 30 minutes away. And when I tell you, we couldn't find an old house that was fucking less than $350,000.
Thank you.
300, and that's Atlanta. I'm from fucking Jersey. I moved from Jersey to Atlanta, figuring it would be better. I'm talking an old brick house, fucking one floor with the brick and the damn mortar windows, and $350,000 fucking dollars for that house, bro.
Ridiculous.
How do you fucking live, yo? Like, how do you really live?
You
I don't
know?
fucking know anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, you
The
can.
rent too damn high.
It's too much, and it goes up every
Yeah.
single year.
Yeah,
We've been here. It started at 1,400. I'm just telling all my business, whatever. 1,400. We've been here for 4 years. We paying fucking 1,800 now. Nothing changed. We in the same fucking house.
Same house.
Same fucking house. Same fucking house,
bro.
How about this? How about we live together in this big house and split this rent? And ours is $2,350. You know,
Crazy,
so I'm
bro.
like, okay, it's easier for us to split it in 4. You know, because when I was talking about moving out, I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave the kids, let them keep the house, and I'll just go get a little apartment. I'm looking up apartments like I don't want to pay that by myself.
I'd rather live with
people. Nope.
I'd rather live with people. I'd rather get a house with 3 families I know, and they at one point we all. It's too much, bro. It's fucking crazy, yo.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's impossible, especially with the jobs that they, offering, or and say, especially for 1 bedroom, if you just by yourself here in DC, $1,500. It's like, man, it's real crazy though. I think they just trying to run us all of us out of here though. I don't know where.
And food. Don't forget about food too. You got food on top of that.
Man.
You get a fucking box of eggs. I said this shit. Yo, fuck the government, right? Talking about niggas getting shot, old as shit, getting COVID. Listen, a box of eggs, 60 eggs. I used to get from Walmart for our family. Run through eggs. 60 eggs used to be $6, maybe $7. I went in the fucking store. That shit is $17 right now.
Yeah.
For no reason. Oh, because the eggs are short and fuck you.
That's
no reason. The chickens ain't changed. They're not mutants. They're just fucking eggs. Tripled the price and shit, yo. I don't know what to fucking do. And then people are stressed out. They don't know where to turn. They can't get no fucking help. If you get food stamps, even if you get food stamps, they try to fucking take that shit from you. It don't fucking matter, bro. This shit is real out here right now, bro.
Yeah. And even like when you're going through stuff like, Houston had the hurricane hit and all that stuff. And people having trouble getting assistance, the whole city without lights. And then you call to try to get assistance or something to, can I get something to replace all this food that went bad in my refrigerator? Because that was my money, to show proof. How much show proof? The whole city was out. What proof you need? Here's my zip code.
And how do you not just have like something set up for us for a bad situation like that, an emergency fund where you say, hey, everybody got this, everybody gets fucking $600 because we had this. How is that not something that's happened in the county or the community?
It should have been
fucking crazy, bro.
And then they replaced the people that had food stamps. There's like emergency food stamps that they can get and all that, but that don't help the people that's not on food stamps because they suffer too.
Exactly, man.
Everybody on the borderline of food stamps anyway,
For real.
America is a third world country and a Gucci belt.
Thank you.
Very true, man.
And then the fact that people are in between, like you don't qualify for food stamps, but you still can't pay your rent. I still can't buy food.
You make enough. You make enough to just pay your bills, so you can't get fucking food stamps. So you make $2,500 a month. That's enough to just pay everything that you got, not even including like extras. So you can't get fucking. What the fuck kind of sense does that make? What kind of sense? Does that make?
And then another thing is too with the media too, people go to the store, spend all their money for food and shit, and then when you get a storm come, you ain't got no power, so you can't cook none of the shit. All of it's gone bad in the refrigerator, so it is crazy. It is.
They make it harder and harder.
Yeah.
Gotta find
Hey,
joy, man. You gotta do stuff to make you laugh and smile, because as we can see, 4 different people from 4 different sides of the world all going through something. I can guarantee you it's people in the comments nodding their heads. So we gotta
Way
just,
worse.
we are
Yeah.
finding joy in this life.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody fucked up.
Exactly. Everybody.
You right.
Smile, let's enjoy
Right.
ourselves, because that should take you
Yeah.
under.
Oh yeah, you were
Absolutely.
absolutely. Lately, I don't know about y'all. I'm sorry, Dre. I know, but this topic right here is. I'm telling you, right. This is fucking my life. Like these last week right here,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, right. And I still ain't get my fucking tax money. Yeah, I've been
Oh, shit.
stressed, yo. I've been fucking stressed. But I've been watching movies, man. I just shut the fuck down. Like
I've been doing that
I've been-
lately too.
I watch movies, yo. I've watched some really good movies, old movies on Netflix, and just take my time, yo. Stay up till 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
Just watch movies. I'm gonna do that shit tonight. As soon as I get off of here.
I've been doing that with my kids. I stopped because they've been making me come out of my office to eat at night, because they would bring it in here to me and all that, and then they was like, come out here and eat, and I'm like, you know what,
Yeah.
I need to stop. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing. I'm gonna come out there and spend time with y'all. I'm gonna eat. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna watch TV and all that kind of, because that stuff will be there when I get back to it.
For real.
These are
For
moments, memories we could be building, chill time, good talks,
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff. It's
It'll
worth it.
help too. Yeah, it helps.
definitely,
resetting.
definitely, especially when you're working or got a job or you podcasting or whatever. Just coming back from a break, so it's always fun to isolate yourself from everything else going on. I might hear shit and I'm like, oh, for real, yeah. You know what? I don't even want to get my opinion on it. I save it for when I come back, I guess, or
Right.
whatever. But
Yeah.
just you gotta have that exhale time. Definitely
Yeah,
when you
man.
got a little monster that's just like you. So it's like you gotta, just have fun. Just definitely live life and have fun. All right, you guys. Anything else you guys want to get off your chest before we move on?
Let me add to
This
that
is,
too.
That was good.
This is it. Yeah.
I'm gonna add this though, not only and something that, because I am still actively working on my poverty mindset and my lack mindset, right? And so it's hard not to get stuck in that, oh Lord, I can't pay the things or whatever. I'm not saying fuck it, don't pay it, but don't worry about it. Do what you can. Do what you can, do your best, but you can't sit around stressing about it, because that's what sends us into anxiety and depression, and because they got us stuck in this mindset that I need to hustle, I need to be stressed, and I gotta get this done or whatever. What you can get done, you can get done. Ask the universe for the rest and sit and wait. You know what I'm saying? Because it will happen.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. All right, you guys, man. It's all a scheme, man. For real. This shit is all a scheme, man. All right. We're gonna move on here on the show. I'm not a big politics guy at all, though. I'm not really into politics. I just want to let everybody know that now before we get in to the next
It's the
topic
biggest
here
scam.
on the show.
For real.
For really.
Fuck
All
all
right,
that
you
shit.
guys, man. I gotta give you guys opinion if you guys haven't heard about the Project 25 and how it may affect you guys though in the future.
Nothing but a white supremacist manifesto to how they can delete anybody that ain't old, white, and male. That is all it is. It's about attacking diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's about attacking those that don't want to bow down to the orange Jesus and decide that they're going to be his loyalists and do whatever they want him to do. It's about getting rid of the Department of Education, getting rid of the Department of Justice, making everyone subscribe to the way that they understand and interpret Christianity, which I'm sure is the same Christianity that somehow justified slavery. That's why Trump had to go ahead and send that dog whistle about our black jobs. And I got news for him and anybody else. My black ass is exactly where I'm supposed to be, trying to check them and their white supremacy.
Yes.
So essentially what it is to destroy us and to destroy democracy. It also looks at consolidating power in the hands of the president. This is what we already see happening when we look at what the Supreme Court did when they decided that they were going to crown him King Trump and give him immunity that has never been warranted or given in this country. Warrants immunity that would allow him to literally kill somebody and get away with it. So that's Project 2025 in a nutshell. And don't forget your grannies and your aunties, because they're trying to take your Medicaid, Social Security, and Medicare.
All right. Project. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Project 2025 supposed to possibly go into effect next year. And I know one thing that really stood out on it too was abolishing or getting rid of the Department of Education. And I
Mhm.
know a lot of our kids, if nieces, nephews, and everyone go to public schools and
Mhm.
rely on going to school and education. And I know prior to me coming, being a dad and having talks about homeschool and sending my schools the kid sending my kid to school and
Mhm.
stuff. And that was definitely a topic with me and Brian. And I want to ask Brian, how do you feel about it? Knowing you do homeschool, but this possibly could affect anyone. Getting rid of education and the importance of teaching our kids too, and not relying on them going, I guess to school.
Let's if we talking about education, let's talk
Yeah.
about the real fucking scary part of this. They getting rid of pornography, yo. What the fuck is
They
going
are.
on?
Yes.
Oh wow, 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 for real? I didn't even see that part.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I
Texas.
saw the Department
Yeah,
of Criminal
yeah.
Justice.
Texas,
Yeah,
like
Texas
you
is
need to
already
verify
Department of
that
Justice.
Yeah. You got to do all the
Texas is
things.
already out. Yeah, they
Yeah,
already
Texas
did
already
in
out.
Texas. They
Yeah.
already stop. You can't look at porn and shit. And of course I'm kind of joking when I say that, but I'm also kind of not.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a freedom, it is a
Right.
leisure, it is something that not for nothing. People kind of downplay porn like it's not fucking important. I don't know if anybody's ever thought of shit like this,
It's
but
educational.
not
It's
even
educational.
listen.
Yeah,
Check
And
this
it's
out.
entertainment.
Where you don't
it
feel
is.
talking to your family about certain things, desires that have popped into your head, porn is there for you to balance that scale. Like, yes, I understand all the other parts of it, but
Yeah.
porn is there to balance a very important skill in an adolescent's life that we don't pay attention to.
Right. Right.
See, I also feel like it's also a form of um I don't know. What's the best word for it? It's a form of release for people
Yes.
who have
Yes.
different desires and shit like
Yes.
that don't want to act on it publicly.
Exactly.
And I think that that's a big thing,
That's a
not
safe
having that.
space.
But this is what I was gonna say towards that. Also, have you ever noticed like most of like the most heinous bullshit, heinous crimes, heinous bullshit, like it's always like a sexual motive. Like whether you hear some human trafficking, sex
Mhm.
trafficking, pedophiles,
Yeah.
it's like the most heinous shit that we know is always motivated by our fucking
Yeah.
basic human
Yeah.
instincts. You
Basic
know what I'm
human
saying?
needs. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's fucking human instincts,
Human needs.
animal instinct, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But it's like to take it away is just another way to kind of shelter us in society. I don't know why that would be looked at maybe more than other fucking problems that I think that we can all collectively understand that are bigger problems.
And we
Yeah.
don't
But
think about how orgasms affect creativity. So
I was just about to come on.
if there's
Wow.
less
Okay.
pornography available and less people are having orgasms, there's less creativity happening. If you
Also
are
more
not
stress,
out
less
of your
release.
creative
More
mind
stress.
because you're not and you're not having sex. If you're releasing and you're having sex, you are in your creative mind. You're waking up after
That's
sex.
right.
I have a notebook next to my bed. Sometimes I'll be like,
Me
hold
too.
on, babe. I'm like, hold on, babe.
Wait, hold up.
Something
I
like
just
that.
got an idea.
Yeah, it releases different fucking parts of your brain, different endorphins. That's the whole thing. But it's like it's just weird. Of course I'm joking around kinda, like I said, kinda when I say that because
Not really.
the education thing is a little bit different. I mean, I've said this shit when it was COVID time. I can understand a different world, where kids are getting more homeschooling. There's more online teaching. It makes sense. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Like I think it's a better situation. It's less for me. It's a better situation. But I also understand the people who are using school for more than just fucking education. They use it for daycare. They use it for social, structure. There's a lot that's missing from this plan, and I think it's kind of a goofy fucking plan. But
what about those kids who sort of they go to school and let's say the Department of Education is out, they have no school. Their parents might not even graduated middle school or high school as that is, and they don't know the math that they're giving some of these kids today or some of these problems. So they're like, shit, I don't know, shit, go ask your friend or ask your
Drew,
teacher. Was you paying attention in class today? So it's like,
yeah.
like
I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have something. I don't think that they're gonna take away school completely and make the parents fucking responsible for the teaching. I think that parents will still be responsible for making sure the kid has the needs for whatever kind of, just like they give you now. They give you the fucking list and they say, here, they need all this shit to go into school, get a binder, trappers, all this stuff, whatever. They'll probably have something, just thinking about it, like they'll probably have something where it's like they need this computer program, this has to be downloaded, they have to have this kind of internet speed in the home, and then they have to be able to attend these classes from 8 o'clock to 12. It could be something very beneficial because, like I said, we learned from COVID, you can structure this shit in a decent way. The education system can be flipped, yo. You got teachers fucking kids and shooting up the schools. I understand it. I'm pro for that shit a little bit, but I also understand, like I said, the flip side of parents don't always have the ability to stay home and be with the child.
The fact that we was talking a minute ago about everybody got to go to work 17 hours a day. Who gonna watch the kids? Right?
Exactly.
Who gonna monitor
that
shit?
more than anything?
Feed these kids because they eat.
Feed the kids too. That's another part.
Because they eat
true.
hard. Because I'm a teacher, so if it goes to that point, my stepson is fine, but fuck, he eats all
day. I have no food in my house. No fucking food in my house.
Sometimes you be like,
no lie, yo. I can't wait for a couple of weeks till they go back to school, yo.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But in my opinion, like at school, another scam, because the way what they teach, how they teach, like it doesn't, it's not for creativity, it's not for learning entrepreneurship, it's not for, it's not really for making money, it's to work for the man, right? Become a worker, right?
Yeah,
and so and even like, we've been watching over the past, however many years, them removing the history, bit by bit, because I need to curate this because it's all brainwashing, right? And all that. So if they wind up doing like, okay, here's a packet, here's what you got to do, it's just more brainwashing and stuff like that. So like, I'm torn on that, because it is a necessary evil, right? I depend on
it definitely is.
Go to school. I did depend on them to eat at school, because my kids was like, can I have money for, or can I make my lunch? No. You eat whatever's there. Now, if you don't want to eat at home after school, but we're not bringing food out of the house because I'm barely keeping food in the house, and stuff like that. So like, and socialization,
That's right. That's another big part.
For homeschoolers, you got to find stuff to put your kids in so that they can be able to socialize with other kids, because that is a social emotional skill that is needed to get along in the world.
Yes.
That's a fucking big, that's a big part. Social development. Like I said before, the COVID shit was the test run for all this shit. We all know this fucking shit.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, it still did show us the consequences for not being, able to kind of be with each other and kind of group together and join forces, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But that's the bad thing. Is there's still a way to do it, but without the physical connection with people and being able to be in the same room as people, getting that other kind of like mentality that you wouldn't see from the house, like you're gonna have a lot more closed-minded people. They're gonna be a lot less intelligent because only. You think the structure in school now, you can fucking forget about it. If everybody's just supposed to sit down and look at a screen, and you're literally that motherfucker from Batman when Riddler was doing that shit on Batman Forever, when he was sucking the shit out of his head to the TV. That's how it is. Because you have one fucking process. All you know is four walls and a screen.
That's it.
You go to school, you're able to get social gains, social intelligence, you learn some street smarts, whatever.
Right.
So it's a challenging fucking topic, man. I understand arguments on both sides. I ain't gonna lie, yo.
Stuff like conflict resolution. If you be
all of that,
at some point, it's people stand up. Like I'm saying.
That's a basic conversation. I answer phones from home for a dermatologist, and people who are under the age of 25, when they just call in to talk to me on the phone about their insurance their insurance claims, it's like they don't even know how to start the conversation. Like one young lady started the conversation by telling me her name. I'm like, okay, well, can I help you? Like basic conversation skills are dwindling as children are coming in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Mhm.
skills that's being missed, a whole lot of them, you know.
Yeah,
And
you
so,
really will have a structured kind of fucking upbringing if you literally are just relying on these certain programs to teach the kids. But
right,
at the same time, if you do it correctly, you have a lot of safety that you have back involved. You'll have a lot of your own for the parents who do want to take the time and have the time to, teach the kids what they want to teach. Like
I'm
we're
teaching,
teaching our
yeah,
daughter how to cook and how to do this
yeah,
and how to manage
right.
It all
money and
And
all
those
that
it
shit.
all starts. It all starts. I believe it all starts at home. I
yeah,
think we
absolutely.
are we basically are our children's
Teachers,
teachers, first
yeah,
teachers.
Oh yeah.
And we should teach them the ins and outs and the wrongs and the rights and the wrongs
yeah.
about society and the world, and especially when you inform and educate them. Look here, they ain't teaching you shit in school that you're gonna really
Right,
need to
yeah.
know about 15 and 18 years from now. So although that we're giving our lives to some of these jobs that don't give a fuck about us, though,
Mhm,
we need to care about the ones that we care about.
mhm,
And
Yeah.
that's what I say. We are their teachers, though. And when it definitely come to homeschooling and stuff, definitely
mhm,
you gotta get the little ones into activities. Definitely you don't want them be antisocial. Don't want to be around people,
mhm.
because I know my little man. He see a lovely little kid. He like, what up, friend? What's
Right,
good?
Oh yeah.
He ready.
It's like a
He
natural
ready
thing.
to
Yeah, it's like
go.
a natural thing with kids, man.
right.
Yeah, so it is very important, because we are coming in up in the world right now where
Mhm,
everything is, so sort of like social. You got
yeah.
phones, everyone,
Mhm,
the tablet, everyone is in the house, so no kids really go outside and play outside and do what they used to do. So everybody's in the house and stuff. So
yeah.
definitely gotta teach them that, man.
And I've seen the
As
effect
parents
that
and
that
stuff.
has
So
had on the mental health of children, especially like I'm paying attention to kids that come into therapy that were babies during COVID versus toddlers versus young, elementary age
mm,
and all that. There's a higher levels of anxiety and social
yeah.
anxiety because they ain't been out there. It's
Mm,
like,
Mm,
is that
yeah,
staircase going to fall down on me? So, and it's the
yeah.
little things because they wasn't exposed to, just people, just walking past people, looking at people, saying hi,
Little
they
shit.
think
Little
just
shit.
little shit,
Making
Yep.
eye contact.
eye contact, right?
Right.
How
Little
you
stuff
complete an
like that.
order, like it's all of the little things that matter with those things or whatever. So like, and I notice even for myself, part of my transition, right now too is I work from home, right? And I work virtually, and I realized I was missing going outside. We down to
Yeah.
one floor now, so sometimes I transport people to work and all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm outside. You know what? I feel better when I come outside. I'm breathing
Mm,
air.
I was
yeah.
gonna say, and then just the spiritual aspects of like how
Yes,
we used to play in the grass, and we didn't know that laying in the grass would ground
was
us
grounding us.
and spiritually.
Right.
These kids aren't playing. A
I
lot
got
of
my
these
shoes off.
kids has allergies,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
so you can't go and ground
Mhm.
in the most
Right.
pure space to ground at.
Right. And why allergies? Because you're not exposed to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
A
kind
lot
of
of
like
shit, man.
evolution. If I'm not exposed to the thing, then my body don't build up defenses for it. So now I'm allergic to shit. That
Or they're
none of us.
always sick.
They had 1 in 150 kids that was allergic to grass. Everybody else is rolling around in it.
Oh yeah.
Now
Oh yeah.
everybody's
All the
allergic to
time.
all the things, right? So like
And they're
it's just
always sick. These poor babies are always
the immune
sick.
system ain't good, and your
LeBron's
juice
son
is
had a
bad.
heart attack. He's
Mhm.
18. Heart
Damn.
failure or something like that.
But I mean, we're eating
mm,
poison, so
Eating
Yeah.
bullshit too. Yep. Ain't
we're
nothing we
eating
can do about
poison.
that.
Bullshit.
Everything is poison from the air to the water to the food and all that. So like, our bodies are not doing what it could be doing if it was nutritionally, receiving what it's supposed to receive. And
I
all
think
that.
our bodies are also. I think our bodies are also though. I don't know. I could be fucking crazy with this one, but
Like,
I think there's a lot of resistance we're building up with a lot of the bullshit that we got going on too. Though I think
I think so too.
that's the part that when I hear these conversations, like a lot of people forget, like immunity still does happen. Like
Oh yeah,
it's not like we're just
absolutely.
we eating at McDonald's and shit like that. You know your life. Yeah, it's definitely not good for you. It's fucking horrible for
Mhm.
you. But the generations of shit that's been passed on eating this shit, there's got to be some, resistance.
Some resistance of something, right?
Some shit's got to be building up, like the Wi-Fi, all that shit feeding us to evolve us into whatever we're going to be after.
The next thing.
So,
absolutely.
It's a lot. It's a lot of shit, man. That's not to make it better, but I'm just saying, like,
but
there's a positive at least.
Intentional working system. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Man.
That's true.
Hey man, that's what's up. That's definitely what's up. Look here, it gets deep here on Beyond 1130, man. Definitely loving the conversations, man. All right, we're gonna keep it moving on here. On Beyond 1130, we're gonna go into our next topic real fast though. Harley brought this to my attention, and I think it's a cool topic to kind of talk about and address though. Right after this.
These have brought out the 2024 Sassy list. Okay, fellas. So if you do anything on this list, they're going to call you sassy. Okay, so I took all the comments and I wrote them down. All right, here we go. If you drink a lemon drop, you're sassy. Okay, if you go to brunch, you're sassy. If you argue back with her in any type of way, you're sassy. If you send a long paragraph, you're sassy. If you talk with your hands, you're sassy. If you suck your teeth, you're sassy. If you have an office job sitting down all day, you're sassy. If you drive a Toyota Solara or a Nissan Sentra, she calling you sassy. If you suck your teeth, you sassy. If you close the refrigerator door with your hips, you're sassy. If you have a skincare routine, you're sassy. If you sucking on a lollipop in broad daylight, you're sassy. If you look at yourself too long in the mirror, you sassy. You're going to be considered one of the homegirls. Who? Like, what lady? And yeah, even if you smoke a hookah, strawberry shortcake flavor blowing O's in the hookah lounge, you're sassy. Ladies, what the hell can we do? What can we do other than pay bills? Like, what can we do?
Baby,
all right.
The internet has gone crazy.
I think motherfuckers is just bored. I'll be honest with you. Motherfuckers just making up anything at this point.
The internet has gone crazy. At this point, all forms of proper hygiene for a man is sassy. And I told them, if that's the case, baby,
it's
then
sassy.
give me the sassiest one.
Give me a sassy man.
Because one girl made a post that said manscaping is sassy. I was like, baby, and giving somebody head and getting up and having to pick your teeth is savage. And I'm not doing
that. Thank you.
I'm not doing that. Give me the sassy man who keeps himself together. What are we talking about?
Right. Yeah. You don't have to have
I think people are just having fun, man. These stupid ass lists that they got. And I mean, it's like if a man can't take care of himself, first of all, I don't even know, I don't know how to classify a man anymore. I don't know if y'all saw, I did an episode of my show, the last web show I did, and it was literally like, I'm a man. I was proud to talk shit. I'm a man. Yeah. Like what I feel is a man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying that, I just, shit on myself. Like, of course I take care of myself. I try to keep up, cut my hair, I make sure I try to trim my shit, do what I got to do, whatever. Because it is about appearance. You do it for different reasons. You do it for stench. You do it. There's a lot. It's not just because we're trying to impress. Same thing with women. I don't think y'all do everything y'all do to impress. Like it's personal shit. No. But at the same time, I don't know. It's like I feel like everybody's just trying to find reasons. Like there's not enough bullshit, to talk about. Just find reasons why you can classify somebody as some shit.
Another thing, it could be, another trend though. But this also reminds me of the list where it was like women were making a list to where they boyfriends or if you were dating them, they couldn't take them to Cheesecake Factory or Shake Shack and some shit like that. And I'm like, well, damn, but as far as the sassy or no sassy list, like, come on, I mean, like, dude, you can't try to keep up yourself. You can't, like, I don't understand. I think so many women have these issues, I guess, that they call them men sassy, and they don't even, know how to treat a man or never kept a man in their life or something like that. And but yet, you can't take me to Cheesecake.
Men to come and help them live a soft life. These are the same women who somehow want a man to come and grab them and shake them out of their masculinity. You masculine, and you be a soft, delicate flower. Why you yelling, screaming, and cussing at that man and smoking more weed than he do? Stop.
Right. No, I can't. But that's another big portion of it, though, and I think that's what I'm telling my son even now, man. Like, you don't want no loudmouth ass, rambunctious, just over fucking zealous. Always got a bitch about every stupid. You don't want a man or a woman like that. But at the same time, it's like, is that my dog?
That's mine.
Oh, I thought it was King over there. But you don't want a man or a woman like that because it's like, nobody wants that added stress, man. And people argue, but at the same time, but if you're always looking for a reason to try to devain a man, like, oh, you don't deserve to be him. Like, people get in arguments like, are you fucking crazy? Like how is that even like a part of the battle for you? Like, oh, you did this, you got a man, you did what? How do you even think that shit? And then you like Dre said, then you wonder why you are always probably in a compromised position where you can't never find love. You can't never find anybody who wants to deal with your ass because you always got these stupid fucking mentalities building them up off the internet.
Yeah, you're so right about that. And I think a lot of them, got issues to where it's like they don't know themselves though. They don't know themselves, and it's
Exactly.
like, well, I want a man to just come into my life and just give me everything, and they don't even know what they want. They just looking for
Exactly.
know what they want. It's just like it's one of a lot of people that I talk to. I realize like they have this mindset where it's just like I don't know what I want, and I'm hurt and I'm scared and I'm a little kid. And instead of me saying that, I'm gonna be mean. Like every person, every woman that I meet is super mean. I just give her a hug. Bitch, you're sad. You're sad.
She's sad.
And come
She's
here.
sad.
Give me a hug. You want to be a mean girl? You want to insult me? We gonna hug because you are really a sad little girl who has been let down too many times and you're tired of crying, and so now you're just yelling every chance that you get, and it's uncomfortable.
Yep, that's real talk. That's real talk.
You never got time for that shit, man. Sometimes you just get tired. So I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I get tired of everybody's own self fucking indulgence, man. I don't even know if that's like the terminology for it, but that's what it is. I'm tired of everybody always got to classify themselves, got to tell you what they are. So it's cool you proud of who you are, man, but I'm just tired of having to live in the same fucking life of it like all the time. I don't need to meet you and know everything about your personal existence. I don't need it anymore, bro. I'm not entertaining this shit anymore. I don't give a fuck. Well, I'm a man. I'm not sassy because I don't give a fuck what you do, bro. I don't care about what you call yourself. I just try to respect people, let them live their life. If I gotta know you a little more than anything, then feel free. Like, hey, actually go by this. Oh, okay, cool. But don't come to me. Hey, my pronouns are for the. I'm not on that shit no more. Bro. I'm tired of everybody's situations. Yeah, just fucking live. We paying 17. I told you we paying $17 for fucking eggs, and you think I care what?
Come on, man. You worried about sassy? What's sassy right now?
Man?
Everybody sassy. Shit.
Right. I'll cut all my fucking hair off.
Eggs cost $20.
Raising my rent, nigga. That's all I care about.
That's the truth. That's the truth. I think it's like people trying to, like you said, like labels and define and all that kind of stuff or whatever. Like whoever you are and however you are, and whether you talk with your hands, whether you wipe your ass, like, that's your business, right? And all that. But like, I choose not to be with somebody that don't wipe their ass, right?
Exactly.
So like,
that's
if my ass is nasty, they can miss that thing and all that, So like, and everybody, again, we're a combination of our experiences, what earth's, sign we're born under, our spirit, all of those things, help create who we are as a person, right? And that person continues to grow and change and, learn other things and get different interests and, and all that kind of stuff, right? And so if we stop trying to label everything and put and define everything, I do that with people in therapy because, unfortunately, dealing with insurance, you have to diagnose somebody, right? And I saw a post a couple of weeks ago from another therapist that was like, in this distressed look and like this, me having to pathologize regular life shit because somebody needs to talk about it. So I got to like say they depressed so that you'll let me bill for it, right? And all that
understanding
kind of
and shit, yeah.
Right. And that's what we've learned. I've had people that come into therapy that's like, I think I got this, I think I got that. Okay, let's talk about the symptoms of what you got and how we're going to work on how this particular thing is interrupting your life or whatever, right? Yeah. And stuff like that. Stop trying to come up with a name for everything because you're going to fall in all of these categories in some way, shape, or form.
Listen, bro.
What's the
I'm
issue
telling you right now.
And how can we address the actual issue, right? And we can figure out where that shit come from and heal that shit, so you won't be still out here screaming and hollering, being mad because boys is sassy, right? And it's all because your daddy wasn't present at all, right?
It sure wasn't.
A benchmark. You don't have a rubric for a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Where your mother was there, but she was evil, so you don't have a rubric for who you should be.
Who you should be.
Because all you know is I don't want to be that. Like
exactly.
And I appreciate that my mother is a woman who I can model my life after.
Right.
I know a lot of girls who don't have a woman to model their life after. So they're just, I don't know who I want to be. I know who I don't
want to be. Yeah, and that was me.
That they focus so much on not wanting to be that, they look up one day in the mirror and see they
turn into them. Yep. Happened to me too. I was like,
that's another thing about the other conversation that we were having was about, like, you know, school and other forms of, like, damn, I don't know why I can't fucking think tonight. When you're seeing shit, you know, other forms of
education,
understanding shit. Yeah, like you know, when you talking to your parents are definitely you know role models and stuff like that for you, but you're also gaining understanding and development from, like we was talking about, socializing in school. So you see other people, you see how other people act. Yeah. So maybe you don't enjoy the way that something's happening in your life at the house, something like that. The only way that you'll know that there is, you know, something wrong with that is by comparison. So if you're seeing somebody else's situation, you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't happen to them. They seem happier. So that little comparison, you know, where else that shit comes from? Media, fucking TV, and different shows and development in those ways. There's so many different forms of development you gain from all of this shit. Like you guys are saying, you know what I'm saying? If you go across everybody consistently, the forms of information that we have at this point, everybody feels like they fucking know everything. And that's because you can find out shit immediately, but you might find out the wrong shit. And that's what the part where everybody's missing. Like, just because you Google something, I got red dots on my forehead. Yeah, now you got, I got fucking cancer, forehead cancer or something like that. And it's like, no, really, it was just you splatter some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you overdiagnose yourself immediately.
They offer WebMD. WebMD will have you planning your funeral.
I promise.
Mama.
Too much info, man. We are computers who are over fucking informalized, and there's nothing we can do about it because it's only going to grow more. That's why Elon Musk is over there digging fucking chips into people's brains because we were never set up. We were never supposed to have the shits that we have now, bro. Like we are overworked processors, man. Ain't shit we can do about it.
That's the truth.
What you just said right there with the computer chips in here, that made me think of that show called Black Mirror. I don't know if you heard about that show.
I love
phenomenal show.
Phenomenal. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, though. But it's crazy. But the chicks, though, we already sort of got them, though. It's our cell phones, though. It's our cell phones. And
that's
the computer, you know, that we, you know, look at the screen all day and then be like, all right, wonder why we got a fucking headache and shit, and realizing that we ain't doing something else.
Mr. Anderson.
The Matrix is real shit. You know what? The Matrix, if you really pay attention to the Matrix, I just rewatched every fucking one of them recently. If you really pay attention, it's literally the real world. It's the real world. It's just the depiction, of course, is more fictionalized than what it is, but it really is the same shit. It's simulation. It's everything. It's just shown. It's depicted like, you know, how it is, but it's the same way we live in life right now. It's that fucking Oculus shit. It's all that stuff that they wear and walking around, touching buttons in the air. It's just, we're literally starting to really, I don't know if we're terraforming. I don't know what the fuck we got going on, but we're in a level of transition right now in this fucking world right now.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. People are waking up in different ways unintentionally. People are waking up unintentionally. They're finally starting to see shit because a lot of shit isn't getting blocked from us anymore because there's not really a way to block it from us because you have cameras and surveillance every fucking where. You have information popped into you everywhere from different people that's fucking it up, saying different shit. You got to fucking cipher through it, or you just feed it, or you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different era, man. That's why this 2025 shit, they got to do something. Shit's different. It ain't the same no more.
I feel like the whole Project 25 thing, like it didn't, when they was talking about all the things that's happening and all that and implement, I said, understand that this has been happening long. They've been working on this. This
Yeah.
has been the agenda the whole time.
1984. It's been mad shit.
Yeah.
This shit has been done
It's
so many
nothing
fucking
different.
times.
We're just aware now, and if
Yeah,
try
exactly.
to
I love
actual,
teaching because of this agenda. I love
Yeah.
teaching because I refuse to teach kids that look like me learn helplessness.
thank you.
started teaching middle school because I kept getting written up because I'm not going to teach my kids that their horrible dark history that they should continue to excel in spite of is something that they should feel privileged to
Right.
have survived. First of all, they didn't survive it. They are the blood, sweat, and tears of the people who
Come on.
survived. And if I don't tell their stories verbatim, these
Mhm.
kids do not have the type of fire under their ass that I
Thank
got.
you.
Be standing
Thank
in
you.
these rooms with y'all. Y'all
Thank
got
That
me
is true.
stuck. I had to leave.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
gonna-
that is true, yo.
They was gonna have me out here blackballed in some type of way, and I'm like,
Mhm.
no, I'm gonna go follow my dreams on my
That's
own
right.
accord before y'all beat me into the ground and have me rocking in the corner somewhere, ripping my fucking hair out.
Yep.
And that's how it'll be. That's
Yeah.
why I feel bad for teachers every fucking day because it's
Yeah.
just like there's certain teachers, everybody's not bad. Everybody's just trying to make a fucking living, just like we all doing,
Right.
yo. But
And they
you got to
have to-
go through the structure. You got to go through the structure. I mean, it's not like you just go in there and just fucking, soldier through. Like, nah, I'm doing my own shit. Like, nah, you got to follow the
You gotta
curriculum.
follow the curriculum. You got to teach what they want you to teach. Teach so they can pass this test, so the school could get this money, and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And my
That's
daughter did
crazy.
that in early childhood too, where they're so corporate and all that stuff too. Where they're, she's like they don't have not a picture on the wall that the kids done drew. Like, so like
Fuck that.
the
That's
school was so much
crazy.
structure that the kids are not being creative. I
They
say
can
that's
be-
because they're
That's
starting
crazy.
at the bottom.
The
What is-
creativity from a lot of the kids, I feel like just
Full of black bodies that you want me to make these kids walk down the hallway in a line.
Right.
Never in the history of my adult life have I walked in a group of other
Anyway,
people and we walked in a single file fucking line. Why do I have to do this in school?
thank you.
You ain't never walked in a line before, Harley. Damn, where the fuck you be at?
I mean,
That's
Be a
it.
line.
but I'm saying if me, you,
You know, in your life.
you're just walking down a hallway, me, you,
Mhm.
and Chanel and Dre are probably gonna walk next to each other.
Next to each other, we might clump up a little bit together, but we're not gonna walk single file.
Foul line.
All right. Listen, I'm just devil advocating it a little
Okay.
bit.
Because I love how you do that.
Listen, I understand. Listen, I don't want to go. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to go too deep because people can go too deep, and it's something you can do. That single file line. I mean, I understand. You're trying to maintain order. You got fucking 400 kids running around. Them niggas don't listen to shit, and you want to just kind of order structure. But I understand how you can see it that way. I understand like your vision on it. But I mean, it's just. That's what I mean. Like, I don't want to go too.
Consequences for me. Like, I don't mind structure and order. I love structure.
Yeah,
and
structure and order is necessary.
There is no reason.
And not
why-
to the extent that it squashes your
There's
creativity.
no reason why I
Yeah,
should
no,
be
never
straight
that.
with a child for not walking in a straight line.
Right.
I was a flimsy kid because I'm a
Right.
dancer. So I used to walk down the hallways like this. I never, as a teacher, penalized the kid that did that because
Yeah.
they're not trying to be too much. That kid just
Shit,
got
I
a lot of
would've.
energy.
You got a lot of energy.
Trying to become an adult that grows up and wears
Sit
candy.
your ass down.
Right.
I don't got time for y'all wild asses. I'm over here trying to walk you out of lunch, and you over here floating and dancing and butterflying.
Right.
Sit your ass down.
I take my fairy kids. I put one in the front of my line, one in the back of my
There you
line.
go.
And I let them
It's
know
a placement. It's
Yeah, and
placement.
I let them know it's a time and a place, but
Yeah.
I'm never going to stifle that.
Yeah,
I'm never going to
absolutely.
stifle that because I had teachers that was like, you are little mama growing up. I had to become that teacher.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel
And
it.
it's necessary
I
because
mean,
same thing with sitting in a classroom facing forward and just listening to lecturing and like
Yeah.
kids don't learn that way. They learn by interacting and doing things, right? And watching stuff. And so like just listening, I struggle with especially with ADHD. Like you can't sit still, like there's nothing stimulating about this.
I mean, I totally understand from both perspectives though. Especially if you do got 400 kids, you definitely want to keep them all together. You don't want to lose sight of one. But also too, back in the day, we were also told to walk in a straight line. Don't get out of line. Keep up. We don't keep the fuck up. Then one of us getting beat or something like that. So now we in the school system, and now we got to keep this cycle of life in a way of keep it going on, keep these children all in one line, and we knowing how school is sort of structured and sort of like prison, and also multi
Thank you.
different ways though, but it is different nowadays though.
Yeah, the
And
creativity
I
portion is definitely something that I mean, I used to love art, You know what I'm saying? Science and shit, doing experiments. I mean, hopefully they still. My kids. Come to think of it, I don't even know that they do some shit. My kids is in band.
They've been replaced with test prep classes.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I left the classroom because it was depressing to have to be the person to administer it.
Yeah,
I had to imagine. I had to imagine.
I'm gonna ask my daughter right now. She's right here. Hold on.
Right. Do they have art in school?
Rizzy, you got.
They
I know
teach
y'all
a lot
got,
of-
y'all got band. Come on.
Come in,
Come
come
on.
in, baby.
Trying to be shy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here goes my dog. Here, I started it up. Now he wants.
Hey, doggy. Come on
Hey.
in. Hi.
You're so cute.
Okay, so yeah, she said they got art.
Okay, good.
Y'all haven't been in it. Do y'all what do y'all think y'all got? Music?
Music.
What kind of art classes, like curriculums like that y'all still got? Computers? Any creative stuff?
Yeah.
Hey, beauty.
I want to be a singer and a cook at the same time.
You better.
That's what I'm saying. She could be a singing cook if she want to. But school was out of it. Baby, you can't
she want to do.
Yeah.
All right, go out of here.
I'm gonna make your cookie aprons, baby. I got you. I'm gonna make them handmade by Auntie Harley. We gonna get you
That's
some
right.
cookie
That's
aprons.
right. That's
with
right.
Microphones on them. We can
Absolutely.
live, baby.
Absolutely. That's a whole show right there.
She been going in. She had a doctor. She did a police officer. She did the other day, but a cook and a singer. That's new right there.
Hey man, look, one thing I heard is very important, man. You know, we as we get older, you know, at a certain age, that imagination that we had as kids, man, definitely disappear. And Brian, like you just, you know, had your little girl and she want to be a singer and a cook at the same time, you know, like usually, you know, after a certain age, you know, you realize you're like, I don't know what I want to be in life.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of get pulled in so many directions and get so many influence, and it's like, well, shit, I did want to be a cook, now I want to kind of like do this, and well, I did want to do that, but now I kind of like want to do that. But
or how can I make money and there's no
and do that,
I can't make it money as an artist, right?
That's the big
artist thing and all that. And again,
that's
putting the focus on survival, putting the focus on making the money and all that rather than the creative parts, right? Because it's not that any of us want to be cajillionaires, because we want to be able to pay our bills without stress.
Yeah.
Right. We want to be able to go order pizza without having to check the account. Bills on auto pay, right?
Tell everybody this shit. Come on, keep going, because that is really what it is. And that was Chanel. That was like we were talking about earlier. That's what I started to notice about being an entrepreneur. It's not about trying to be, I'm going to be a fucking billionaire. No, that's the thought process that people have immediately that halts them. I'm never going to be a millionaire. All you got to do is replace the money that you able to make now. So if you making $20 an hour, you making every day you do 8 hours, you doing fucking $140 a day.
Right.
Just make that. Make $140 fucking dollars a day.
Right. And if you can make 140 because you're not limited under somebody else who's determining what you're getting paid, now I'm gonna say, okay, if I can make 140 a day, how much more can I make? What else can I create?
Yeah,
exactly.
That will make something else. What other problem
on
can
my
I
time, on my time, and how I do shit
in a way that I enjoy doing it.
Exactly.
And I can still
That's
make
the fucking process right there. If you can start, like you said, Dre, you a kid. If you lucky, you got the imagination running fucking wild. But like Carly was saying, with the straight line shit, you do gotta condense that shit.
Yeah,
everybody got I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a fucking a ninja, a fucking. You know, but once you start getting the ability to condense that shit and figure out, formulate it, and figure out what you can make the $140 with a day, that's where you winning, yo.
Yeah.
Right from there, and
and then when you're the boss of your own time, even if it's something that I enjoy that I don't necessarily need to make money off of, I got this over here that I enjoy that I'm making my money off of. So I also have the time now to enjoy the guitar.
That's why I work from home. And that's why I was working from home.
When I realized I can make money doing the shit that I do for my friends every day, which is listen to their problems, I was like, bitch, what
was that?
Yeah.
Anyways, come
on. You already doing it.
Get paid
for
it.
Now we gotta be real with our kids though. Like, you know, like, Daddy, I want to be a ninja. I'm like, I mean, look at you. Can you make money with it? And I mean, I ain't gonna say
Yeah.
you can be whatever.
What
Yeah, exactly. Like
I've
I
been
ain't
doing
gonna be that blunt.
I've
I
been
ain't gonna be that blunt, but I'm like,
something that already
shit. Like
Hold on.
again, let's be real with you.
UFC fighter. I've
Right.
been connecting it to something that exists. So
Yeah.
I'm still letting them know, like, but I'm also like, but this exists and it's close.
Yeah.
It's close to being in there,
Yeah.
right?
That's good.
And it's important to be transparent with them though too as well, but also let them like what they love to do and what they into and push them towards it because like I mentioned once we get up there 14, 15, like I said, you got peer pressure, you got people, you got so many things, personal life just in
Yeah.
general,
Sexual
we
tension.
lose our exactly we
a big
lose
one.
ourselves.
We
So
do.
even if you wanted to be that dancer and that's what you were passionate about and wanted to be this awesome dancer and ballerina, whatever the case may be, just like, well, shit, at 17, I lost myself. This and that,
Mhm.
took place and you just don't know. But I think
Right.
it's real important to, keep track, because
Right.
it's easy to get lost in life though too.
Very
But
easy.
definitely, want to make money.
If we can nurture the things that you see in your child, you nurture what you already, the things they already showing interest in, and nurture that thing and all that. There's 1,000 ways to do every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You are talking to your friends and getting paid, right? I'm at a different level of that because I'm a therapist, right? And so I'm basically just talking to people and helping them navigate things and help them feel good, right? And all that. Different levels, same shit though. Right?
Yo, this motherfucker's playing video games
No
all day
bullshit.
Making
and making bread.
Oh,
I'm about to be that nigga, right? I'm about to fucking. I got my game. I just gotta make the time. I'm telling you, I'm doing all of that shit, yo. But that's what you could do.
You can literally get paid for being yourself, right? Like Kai Cenat sits in his house and is a millionaire for sitting in his house and making everybody feel like they call Kai Cenat everybody's best friend.
See?
And I'm just like, I'm everybody's auntie. Here we go.
That's right, yo. He got some other shit too, though. I don't know. See, that's nothing I'm paying attention to with these YouTube. I've been super paying attention to like TikToks, YouTubes. I'm trying to do the same. Like I said, I'm trying to be a content creator, yo. So it's like, but these guys, like, just to speak to the audience as well, like these guys aren't fucking lazy, man. These guys are doing a lot, yo.
They're doing a lot of different things.
It's a lot of work that goes into this shit, man. You have to dedicate time. You have to work. You have to spend. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker just trapped like the iShow Speed kid. He's motherfucker going all like touring. Just making appearances at places and shit. Just being goofy.
And being a fool.
And
you gotta if you good at it, you get paid for it. Yo, more power to your life, man. Lucky you too. I must say that shit. Lucky you. Motherfuckers, it's hard to do that shit, bro.
Right. And doing things in a way.
I'll be right back.
I think that's where the creativity that's taken away from you going through school and all that. They've done studies. I saw one thing that they did a study of they measured children's intelligence like before they entered school and all that, intelligence for their age and all that. And they continued to follow those kids. And as they entered school, the intelligence level and social emotional levels like plummeted. It went down further and further. So by the time they were graduating, no creativity, no creative thought and all that. And that's true intelligence, right? It's not being able to read something and regurgitate it. That's memorization, right?
Yeah.
The intelligence is, can you solve the problem? And school also puts you in a position of, this is the way to solve the problem. But there's 1,000 ways to solve a problem. Right? So now our children get frustrated because I don't know how, if I can't do this thing this way, no.
And I can't
flip it over and do it that way, right?
Yeah. Definitely problem solving is definitely a huge thing. I still get fundamentals. Yeah, critical thinking. Yo, I tell that's my conversation with my son right now. Critical thinking is probably one of the biggest because you have to be able to figure out how to get shit. That's my preaching ceremony that I have in this house every day. You have to be able to know how to get shit done, even if it isn't the right way or the best way. If you can get it done the best way you can, get that shit done, yo.
Because
that's one of the biggest things in life.
But then the next time you do it, you're not gonna mess up that
You're
way.
not gonna mess up that, right?
It's the grace that you give yourself, that we are learning not to give ourselves, because we're being implanted with like a level of fear that's so irrational, and it scares me because our babies are literally afraid of everything. We had to calm my stepson down on Father's Day because my fiance woke up and was joking. He was like, "You're not gonna tell me Happy Father's Day?" And so the baby said it, but then 5 minutes later he came into the room crying, and we're like, "What's the matter?" And he's like, "I didn't get you a gift. You think I'm a bad son?" He's like, "I don't think that. I never said that. What are you saying?"
Yeah. That's his interpretation.
That's what's happening in a lot of these babies' heads. It's like it's going to the extreme negative, and we are not having conversations. We are filling the other person's thoughts into the conversation in our head, and then we are freaking out in the worst case scenario. And it's never the worst case.
Yeah, never.
It's never the worst case scenario, but that's what these babies are going through in their brain. It's so scary.
Right. And that's so important and connected to value and worth. We don't feel valuable. We don't feel worthy. And so I'm a bad person if I didn't do this, this, and this for you. No, babe, I love you because you exist. Like,
yes.
Thank you for making me a father by being born, right?
I love you because you're here.
Yeah, I just love you because you're here. You don't have to buy me things, and you don't have to, all that stuff.
I say that comes with a lot of influence, like being around certain different people or whatever, the case, however you are influenced by, to
TV
the extent
shows.
where it's like a little kid, you crying, you really, going through, real emotions because you didn't get your parents something for, a special holiday or whatever. Look at you are the present, you are the gift right now. So I don't look at you shouldn't, feel that way. I totally get it. Shit, sometimes it was like I was upset. It was like, damn, shit, I ain't even got it where I can't even, give my mother the Mother's Day I feel like she deserved and shit like that. So, I understand it, but I mean,
but again,
I do feel that shit.
When we were kids, we didn't have money to buy stuff, so we made it.
Make stuff. Yeah, I was about to say, when I learned how to crochet, it was a game changer. That's what I do for all holidays now.
Yeah.
It feels so much better and more authentic. Before then, I was struggling with what to buy people because either things were expensive or the things I know that people need, I can't afford. Right. And so now, for me to be able to sit down and with my hands make things for people and for them to be able to lay up under it or hold them. Like before COVID, my mom has 6 kids. Right before COVID, she made all of us a blanket and was like, we might be away from each other for a while. Right. If you miss my hugs, wrap yourself in a blanket. And so when she taught me to crochet, I made her a COVID blanket. I said, well, we can do a hug, mommy. I'm here now. And that, I feel like I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna pump my brakes because I'm the 6th baby, but I feel like that put me up at favorite. I feel like I'm
right.
I can do what she do. I feel like I'm up the ranks a little bit.
Gifts. You shouldn't. Nobody should feel. I mean, it's definitely hard. Structure is hard, yo. Structure is hard. It's necessary as well as hard. Yeah. But you never want to be feeling like, oh man, I didn't do this, so I'm unloved. And like Dre said, I think that's definitely something that you kind of got to learn from. Or like we were saying even before, like, somebody does something, you fuck up, you do it, and then you learn, oh wait, no, I don't have to do this. Right. No, it's okay. Don't gotta give me a present. It's just if you can, give me what you can, I'll love it anyway. It's coming from you, it comes from the heart, and you teach that shit, and then they go from there. Everything is a lesson. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually trying a little bit harder not to do so much preaching in my house. I'm trying not to because I'm finding myself like I'm constantly, every time I get a second alone with one of my kids, I'm teaching them something like, you should do this like this. Let me show you how to do this. I constantly do that shit. But sometimes I'm also like wanting to get back to the part where I'm just kind of having the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Me and my son just watched Cobra Kai. We watched all fucking 5 episodes. Fucking phenomenal. If you haven't watched it yet. But we just got done watching. We're just talking about it, just shooting the shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything important. And I'm trying to get into that level because I am becoming the dad that's just like, no, you got to make sure you do it like this. Let me show you this. And I know they're at the age too where it's like, oh, shut the fuck up, dad. Like I know it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Right.
saying that to
Yeah,
myself. Like I know y'all.
But keep doing it, B, because I had my stepdad was that guy for me. My mom has never been. My mom is very liberal, and
Okay.
because of that, I had to learn a lot of lessons hard. But in that age between 12 and 15, my stepdad at the time, he was that guy. And even though I rolled my eyes, a lot of the things that I have instilled in me today that I know are a big piece of my discipline and my like structure that I know I used to roll my eyes and be like, I wish you would shut the fuck up about.
Yeah.
Today, I am so grateful that he didn't shut the fuck up. So
Yeah.
yes, keep yourself accountable, but keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
And I
sure.
like that you want to create a balance too, because like every time I'm around you, it shouldn't feel like a lesson, but learn how to sneak them in.
That's
You
it.
sneak them in, 'cause
Yeah.
every time I'm around them, it's a lesson, okay? But it's learning
Yeah,
how to finesse it so they don't feel like a lecture. Or
Exactly.
we just kind of hanging out. You want to do such and such and such and such. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And there's a lesson somewhere in there.
Go get on your Karate Kid. Get you some Mr. Miyagi in
Yes, get some Mr. Miyagi in there.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what
I think it all comes from a good place, a good heart, especially if you are that dad that just be like, just trying to teach him some shit, but also want to be on the same, dad is like, well, you know what, son, let's talk about, the game, or let's talk about this show that we were just watching or whatever like that. I think it all it all go both ways, like it's gonna be good.
And before
Definitely.
you know it, they'll be telling you stuff and you'll be teaching you stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's amazing when my girls say something and I'm like, you know what? Yes.
Yeah, and they're in a different. People forget that shit.
You don't strike me as like the super. You strike me as a really cool dad. Like even if it sounds like you're fussing, it's like, but you're not wrong though.
But
Like
you're not
wrong.
I go in, yo. You know why? Because I was this is another one of my fucking problems, yo. I was so rough when I was a kid, and I've done so much shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I've learned a lot of lessons. I'm lucky. I say shit all the time. I'm lucky that I wasn't in jail and wasn't in this. I've been in jail, but I didn't end up in. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
So I try my hardest to help my kids experience shit without having to go through it all the way. You feel me? Like I don't want them to have to touch the fire to know it fucking burns all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but not all the time, because I know what effects that shit has.
Right.
So I am the over paranoid dad, but at the same time, because of that, I can definitely be the cool dad. But I definitely do go in, yo, and I'm hard as shit. So it's not like I said, how I talk now is how what is y'all doing? Get y'all ass out of here. That's me, yo. You feel me? But I am the cool dad too. Like, I still play and have fun and joke around.
Strike me as such a cool dad. Like
I know, me too. Yeah.
Come to all of my sporting events because I know you're gonna get kicked out of the game.
Thank you.
Yes. But I am gonna have a ball. Like that's my dad. That's my dad.
That's it. Yep, that's it. That's me. That definitely, for sure.
And they need the hard shit though, because like I'm a no bullshit therapist, but I'm a no bullshit friend and mom, and all of that, right?
Exactly.
And they know I'm gonna come correct, I'm gonna come straightforward, I'm gonna be honest and stuff, and sometimes you're gonna like what I say, and sometimes you're not, but I say what I have to say, and I take my hands off. My favorite part is when they come back and be like, "You was right. You was right."
For real, because that's like Harley said. That's what happens, yo. They come back later and they have that thought. We have it too. When your parents was talking to you, saying some shit, and you're like, "Yeah, I remember we was having that conversation." They want that same shit. That's just how it be, yo.
Mm-hmm. It's good that I think to have that balance, in kids' life, especially if you that mom that was I ain't gonna say nice, but you mom though. You mom, and then you got dad. Sort of like Brian, man. Sit your ass down. Like I think you need that balance because it's also like
immediately
little kids sometimes will just be like, mommy will say sit down and go play or whatever like that. And all the kid heard was just like blah 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 blah, and just kept doing what they wanted to do. And then soon as dad come in there, was like, sit your I know you heard what it so it's like,
right.
I heard you. I heard so
it got real.
I think it's it get real. So definitely need that balance though. Oh man, look at this was a wonderful, great episode. I hate to end it right here though. First episode back. of
Yeah.
Beyond 1130, man. Once again, appreciate everyone tapping in. Before we go, man, anything you guys want to say? Get off your chest, let's before we wrap it up.
I finished my entire pan steak with you guys. I love you. Thank
Yes.
Awesome.
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 Working it.
Nice
Working
hour
it.
and a half. Yep.
Yeah, I finished the pan
Yeah.
steak.
Listen. I'm definitely glad to be back. I mean, it's definitely, these conversations always bring out some real shit, and I think that's necessary. Like I said, I've been on a little bit of a break, Dre wrestling shows and everything like that. We've been going hard on TikTok recently, going live a lot more, doing watch-alongs, and I'm loving it. So we will be back. I'm actually thinking about starting back up, not next week, but the week after. I know the wrestling shows are coming back the week after. I'm getting some shit together, man. I really got a lot in store. If you guys have any logos or any video packages or self-promotions or even headshots, I got a studio over here. If you're in the Atlanta area, you got to get some headshots for modeling or something like that done. Come through. I'm trying to, I'm building the business, the Beeline Entertainment LLC.com. You can get all the information. Send me an email, and I'll get some prices going for you. That's my biggest thing right now. But Dre, of course, as always, man, great show. Looking forward to next week for sure.
Yeah,
Okay. Appreciate it.
empowerment is running with lots of clinicians and trying to get more clients and all that. So, like, you're looking for therapy, or if you're just looking for coaching, just some guidance. We're doing groups and we coming up with lots of. We getting these ideas, bro. As soon as somebody say, "I wish there was," well, we can create that, right? And stuff like that. So even if it's an idea you got that there should be more of this or more of that, or we need a group for that, or whatever it is, give me a shout out because I will create the thing.
Hey, Chanel, listen. Hey, real quick. I don't want to go too long, but I was watching this movie, I've been watching movies and shit, and you just made me think of something. The one thing that I remember, I had a guest on my show a while back, man, and she had a son that got murdered in a fight and stuff like that or whatever, and she started like a whole a whole thing behind it, like a whole whatever, I don't know, I can't think of words today, but yes. So one thing I was thinking about, like, when people who go through like devastating tragedy and shit like that or whatever, a lot of times, man, it's very fucking hard to come back or find, like, even, it sounds bad, but a reason to live after shit like that or whatever. Like, I think that's a really good process if you are doing that. People who go through like great tragedy and the commodity that you get from other people with relatable stories, you understand that you're not the only person.
Yes.
Is in the movie, the woman, she was cheating on her husband. They were about to get fucking broken up, and they were driving in the snow and killed her and her fucking her husband and her daughter. And she was hallucinating. She was drinking pills, and you didn't know until the end of the movie what happened. Right. But as soon as I saw that part in the movie, I thought about that shit, and then you just talking about that. That's a really big thing, bro. People who are going through shit and they just don't know what to do, to be able to sit down and talk to like-minded people that may be in the same shit, just like us, even with this.
Just like this.
Talking about it's necessary, yo. And don't have to worry about money. So, people, if y'all know, get on there, talk to Sean.
You feel alone when you feel like, and I tell people all the time, like mental health, mental illness stuff, it makes you feel like you're the only one going through this stuff.
Going through shit.
Sit in a room. And of course, it ain't never exactly alike, but there's enough familiarity, and all that. I saw the power of that sitting in doing a group for bipolar people. Who have bipolar, and one lady was like, because I can't keep my moody, I can't keep a job, I go into deep depressions, and then I'm too manic and I can't stay still and do what I need to do. And that lady turned to her and said, "You too?" They gave each other a hug, didn't know each other, first day in the group together.
There.
Yeah, but
relatability.
Like, I'm not the only one going through this. Well, what strategies have you tried? Oh, this is what I tried. And sometimes it's just a phone call. It's like, "Hey, you good today?" And you don't have to explain why, why you might not be good. You know what I'm saying? Me and George do it all the time. Where I'm like, dude, you did like 3 lives in a row. Are you manic?
Real, man.
Motivated. I just checking in. So like,
we need that shit, yo.
We need each other.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I appreciate you guys, man, for real. Definitely. When you guys said it on the last episode, and you was like, when Brian said, man, I think you shortened yourself with just 10 episodes, and definitely been thinking about bringing the show back, and found time, and definitely I know it's a safe space to talk and
Yeah.
Get some things off your chest, man. It was definitely well needed, though. Definitely well needed here on the first episode. Shout out to Chanel, my guy Brian B, as Harley as well. They will be back on episode 2 next Thursday, man. Coming at you guys. Far as the 11:30 podcast show, will return this fall. Talk pro wrestling each and every Saturday. We talking wrestling, man. So definitely tune in. But beyond 11:30, we'll be back same time with everything, man. For real, this was a great show. But until next time, you guys, man, we are out. Enjoy your guys' night. Stay safe, stay blessed, man. Yo, we out, man. Peace. Appreciate you guys.
Yo.
Have a good night.